welcome to the Ladywing Designs podcast. Wow, I just said podcast for the first time in a while. Anyway, Ladywing Designs channel. My name is Zakiya, and we are here on a Thursday for another WIP update. So, how is everyone doing? I hope that you're all really well. I'm recording on the tablet again today, so I might be looking in two different spots. It's fine. But I hope everyone's doing well. If you are still going out and working, thank you, and I hope that you're doing good also. It is, what's today? Thursday, April the 23rd, 2020. So it's been a week, right? I think it's been a week since the last video. I don't even know. The days are all blending together so much. No, I think I did a video last week. Anyway, doesn't matter. Not that much has happened. It's only been a week, and this week I really haven't been working on too much. I have a knitting finished object and a couple of cross-stitch whips, and that's pretty much it. So unless I get rambly somewhere here while we're talking, it's gonna be super quick showing you things, and then I will do a stitch with me and tack it onto this because it shouldn't be too long, she says. So I think that's it for all the beginning stuff. Nothing's really been happening to even tell you guys about, so okay, let's just jump into it. I think that's it. So, finished objects. I have another shawl done. Doesn't really matter what side I show you, but I feel like it matters. It really doesn't matter though. So, this is... Did I have this started last week? I think so. I feel like I did. I don't... What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold, please. What in the hell? That's super weird. Okay, so you know how if you catch part of your clothes and it can pull out a string, and you can tell in the line of even machine knit stitches around it, that thread has been sucked in because it's pulled tight. Yeah, so I don't know what this got caught on, but apparently that totally happens. Obviously it happens in it, that shouldn't be so mind-blowing, but this has never happened to me before. That is a little concerning, I'm not gonna lie. I need scissors. Okay, we're gonna take care of this later. Whoa. I'm just so, baffled by this. Why can I not find my scissors? I really also shouldn't cut this. I know that. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it a little shorter. Anyway, now that you've seen me have to work through this, I don't even know. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the other side. Anyway, okay, so finished object. This is my Linus shawl. The pattern is free on Ravelry. It takes you to the blog post that she did about it, and she has several PDFs in different languages on there. So this is the Linus shawl. The pattern is by Annette Cordes, and I love it. So, oh my gosh, okay. Now my nail is getting caught in pulling yarn. Alright, let's hurry up and sit this shawl down. So here it is, and then at the end here you can see I switched into, it's showing up horribly, but you can see that I went to the second color that I showed y'all last week, the blueberry crumb cake. This is way better color back here. The blueberry crumb cake from the Woolen Homestead. Yeah, I think that was the perfect color to put on here. It's perfect. So, like I said, the second color is blueberry crumb cake from the Woolen Homestead. They are no longer dyeing yarn, which makes me super sad. But yeah, they were one of my favorite yarn dyers, but it's okay. Everyone has to do its best. But yeah, so that was leftover half a skein that I had, and then I had this full skein, which is Blue Ridge yarns in the Bambi base, which is superwash merino and bamboo. I don't know the percentages. And the colorway is Ocean Wave, and well, I missed the trash can, but I can throw that away now because I've told you about it. So yeah, and the ends are all woven in, except for that one that I like have to fix now, but the ends are all woven in, and I'm in love with it. I'm super excited. So I actually need to still get a picture of this one, which is why I haven't posted it on Instagram. I stayed at my boyfriend's over the weekend, which wasn't the plan, but whatever. Okay. Y'all are getting to see me struggle to put on a shawl today, which I am pretty sure that I've only done like maybe 5 times in my life, because me and shawls usually get along better than this. I don't know what's going on with this one today. Anyway, this is like not cute. But yeah. There would be a lot more fidgeting before I wore this out. But yeah, you can kind of, oh my gosh, and my nail keeps catching on this, so now I'm really pulling all the yarn. Anyway, you can get a decent idea. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. I can't. I really can't. I keep catching yarn. Okay. Anyway, focus. Shawl. Yeah, so I was at my boyfriend's all weekend, and I was only supposed to stay one night, and then I just stayed the whole weekend because I wanted to. And I only have a crochet blanket over there that I keep for if I run out of things to work on, because I usually will bring whatever project I'm into. And yeah, the blanket didn't last very long because that was just not what I wanted to do, and I didn't have any cross stitch. And I finished this shawl Sunday, I think, so there was still like a whole day that I was kind of over there like, what am I doing with my life? But yeah, so anyway, I love this shawl. I'm super excited. It's like perfect spring weather right now, but you know, with everything going on, like I can't go anywhere, so I'm not really leaving either apartment. I've kind of been going back and forth, but still, like, I'm not going anywhere. So we'll see when I get to show this one off. But I'm super in love with it. So I'm sure that I will be knitting another Linus at some point. I think I mentioned this last week, but it's super simple. It's a 2-row repeat. I remember talking about it now. It's a 2-row repeat, and once you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. So yeah, highly recommend, and like I said, it's a free pattern, so yeah. Oh, okay, I will mention this because Diana, it is Kismet Stitches, she messaged me because she was wanting to knit this pattern, since it's just garter stitch, just knitting back and forth, super simple. And she was like, okay, I don't understand this first bit of the pattern. So, and it is free, so I'm not giving away secret sauce or anything, but I will just say, when you read the pattern, she says in the pattern, like, it's like the setup row basically, but she's like, hey, you're gonna do this, and then at the end you're gonna increase 1 stitch. She says she uses make 1, which is kind of confusing because there's actually a make one stitch. But in that instance, she just is using make one, which some designers do. She's using that phrase in the sense of increase one stitch, like generally make a stitch. And then in parentheses right after she says that, she explains how she wants you to make the stitch. It's a knit front back, y'all. I was a little bit thrown off by that when I first saw it. And then Diana messaged me about it and she was super lost. So, well, I won't say super lost, but she was confused. Yeah, so don't fret if you're looking at the pattern and you're like, what is this? I don't understand. Yeah, she just means a knit front back. So, and when you read the excuse me, I have the window open. So, when you read the text in the parentheses, I could not come up parenthesized. There we go. I couldn't figure out how to pronounce it. When you look at the parenthesized text and you read it, it makes sense. It's like, oh, that's a knit front back. Anyway, I just thought of that. So mentioning it because, wow, people go somewhere. Yeah, I know that me and Diana had a good little chat about how funny that was. So, or how confusing it was. And then it was funny. Anyway. Okay. So that's my finished object. That took 10 minutes to tell you about. Why? Anyway, so next we're gonna go to works in progress. And like I said, I only have a couple. So this first one, I'm gonna hold this pattern way back here just because I want you guys to kind of see about where I am. Yeah, so I'm keeping this in a Love You More Studio co-sleeve, butterflies, of course. I've got all my variegated flosses in here. It's mostly color and cotton, and I actually don't have the DMC ones in here anymore because I finished both of those, like what I was going to use them for. So everything else in here is my color and cotton stash, and yes, this is the extent of my color and cotton stash. And my fancy floss stash in general. And I'm not mad about it. But anyway, so this is the needle art freebie from, or not a freebie. Michelle was talking about this. It's not really a freebie. I guess technically you paid for it when you bought the order. But anyway, when you purchase an order from Kitten Stitcher, that's how we got these patterns, and it's called Needle Art by Marjorie Massey. So I'm going to show this like way back here. But you can see like all of this. This is I'm calling it a crow, and the snail and the flowers and everything. So I don't really remember where I was last week, but now I have done these numbers that are running through here. I've started on the sunflower, and I finished the entire grape bunch. So the grapes, the leaves, the stem, all of that is done. So, let's put something here. Okay, so I'm moving my floss. Okay, so I did move the Q-snap also so that I could work on all this other stuff. So that is where I am. Better. There we go. So that's where I am right now. You can see I'm almost done with the petals on the sunflower, and then the color that I used for am I calling it a crow or a raven? I think I was calling it a raven. For some reason I just said crow. They're both blackbirds, right? Anyway, the same thread that I used for the bird, I'm going to use for the inside of the sunflower. And then you can see I have finished the grape bunch. So this blue to purple variegated is DMC 4240, and I'm not quite sure you can see the brown, this stem branch. Anyway, I don't know if you can really see the variegation in that. Well, I don't think you can, but it goes between like a brown and a gray in a light brown. It's super pretty. It's DMC 4000, and both of those colors are the exact same ones that I'm using in May Canita, the variegated colors. So that's what those are. I love this so much. When I work with fancy flosses, I personally like to stitch one stitch at a time. It doesn't really bother me, especially because if I'm picking up a fancy floss, I kind of know that I'm gonna do that. Yeah, it's just the way that I prefer to stitch with my fancy floss. So yeah, and I feel like it helps me enjoy the stitching more because doing one stitch at a time, and I'm really getting to like enjoy the variegation and all of that. But anyway, so I have to finish. I have this petal and one more, the inside of the sunflower, the butterfly over here, the letters at the top, and the border. So I'm almost done. This could totally be an April finish. So we'll see. That is kind of what I would like to do, but we'll see. Grime Guard from Silver Moon Sewing, and fabric is 32 count River Rock, linen from Color and Cotton. Needle minder is Stitch and Button. Okay. Next, I finally, y'all, pulled out Thanksgiving. I'm super excited. Are y'all excited? I keep looking at myself and not the camera. Anyway. Okay, fidgeting with my nose ring. Focus, honey. So, Thanksgiving came back out. Okay, get my life together. That would be super great right now. I don't know what it is, but like the second that I mean, I feel like I struggle anyway, but I don't know. I must really like y'all. My struggles always happen when I'm on camera. So, anyway, here's Thanksgiving. For the sake of my love of this project, I will totally show you what it's going to look like. Hold please as I get to Instagram. Okay, so that is, there we go. That is what the pattern looks like. This is a chart by Tilton Crafts. It's still a free pattern if you go to their site. I did look the other day. I was on there looking at patterns, I think. But yeah, under the free section, they do still have this available. So I am on page 4, which basically starts right here above like these apples and the corn. Yeah, so I'm working over there right now. I'm on page 4. I've only finished pages 1 and 2 so far. Yeah, so that is where I am. When I picked this back up, I didn't have any of this latest diagonal. So that is what I've done in the last couple days. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yesterday it took me all day, but I got 500 stitches done. Well, all of the stitching time, right? Like, it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna sit here for a few hours and like focus and I'm banging out a bunch of stitches. Like, it took all day. I was distracted, wasn't stitching the whole time. Y'all know how it is. So yeah, it wasn't my fastest stitching speed, but I'm really excited about it. I think it's made me excited about the project again, which I knew would happen as soon as I pulled it back out. I just needed to work on it again. So, it's back and I'm super excited. Yeah, so, okay, details. Grime Guard from Lou's Cross Stitch on Etsy. I don't think their shop is there anymore. I don't think it is. And then I'm not sure if they have their own website or not. I'll have to look when I do show notes. And then fabric is 22 count, loops and threads, Ada. It's basically even weave. Called for DMCs. I don't know why I'm so lost right now. These two needle minders are from Stitch and Button, Vicky. This is Sampling of Memories. I got it from a Bendy Stitchy auction, I think. And then this is from Thrifty Thread NZ, who had an Etsy shop. It'll be linked. I think their shop is still there. But yeah, I'm super, super loving this. So you can't really see through all the parked threads. Well, you kind of can because I've done my gridding. So this line right here, that is where the page ends. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I made a mark out here. So that is the bottom of page 4. And this line right here is the right side of page 4. So I basically am at the right side because this is the square I'm going to start with today. So I will be starting my feathering. And then I've got a couple more boxes down here until I reach the bottom. I'm super excited about this. Yeah, so I always get questions or comments. I use the parking method on Thanksgiving. Eventually it will probably be how I do a few more of my projects because I just find that the routine and the rhythm really works for me. Especially with all of this confetti, like in the fruit, and like, oh my gosh, if I could go back to page 1, which I might, anyway, at some point whenever I take this off the Q-snap, I'll show the back of it, and like all of this outer border on page 1 was confetti hell. It was still confetti hell through here. But yeah, parking was definitely necessary. It just helps so that you don't have to keep starting and stopping threads. Sometimes there will only be a couple stitches or one stitch in that whole 10 by 10 grid. So yeah, and these are these boxes that I've kind of started down here. This is a 10 by 10 grid, so it's 10 stitches across, 10 stitches down, and yeah, that's how I work my full coverage patterns. This one at least. They're all kind of set up a little. Some of them are color completing, some of them are parking. It's kind of weird. But anyway, that is Thanksgiving. I would really like to get this page done ASAP. I don't know if it'll happen before the end of April. I'm not even going to say that that's a goal because I really just don't know if it'll happen. But I'm working on it, and I'm really excited to be working on it again. So that's good. Okay, so that's all of my WIPs. That's really what I've been working on this week. This was another thing that I wanted to show y'all. So I finished the shawl, and of course I need to have something else on my needles. I've really been enjoying just the simple garter stitch, knit back and forth. The only other thing that would be just as great for me right now as far as knitting is stockinette in the round. I am thinking about starting another sweater. We're not gonna go there. I'm also thinking about finishing some of the sweaters that I have. We'll see if that happens. I have no idea, but watching everyone's floss tubes lately, like everyone's finishing things and getting major progress, and I want to be finishing things and getting progress. Yeah, so I think right now I'd rather be finishing knitting objects. That's kind of just where my mojo is, especially because my stitching mojo, I really would rather work on my full coverage pieces right now, which is kind of crazy. It feels like I've been ignoring them for most of the year now, so they need some love. But anyway, how did we get there? Simple garter stitch shawls. I'm gonna cast on another hitchhiker. Who held up a color like this? Dadgummit. Was it Michelle? I binged a lot of Michelle yesterday. I had to catch up on all of April. I can't remember, but somebody held up a skein of yarn, and it totally reminded me of this colorway. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks like that skein that I have in there. And then I thought to myself, that would be a really pretty hitchhiker. Because it's another, like, it's another, like, neutral base, and it has a lot of pops of colors. You could wear it with a lot of things. I'm super, ooh, okay, now I've got the hiccups. I'm super here for that. So I went and got it. Oh gosh, excuse me. And picked it up and I was like, this is gonna be a hitchhiker. So this is, I guess I should tell you about the yarn. This is hypnotic yarn in the if one can, two can, like the bird, play on words. Oops. So that's the color, right? If one can, two can. And it's 80/20 superwash merino nylon, 400 yards. I'm hoping that it's a little bit over, but we'll see. So this hitchhiker will definitely be smaller than the last one because it's not as many yards. But whatever, we'll see how it goes. I might, if I feel inclined at the end, I might try to find like a mini or another color or something and add it at the end. I'm not sure, but I am really excited about pulling this out and using it. And it's springtime and it's bright colors, so it just feels very appropriately timed. I'm getting really excited just sitting here looking at it. So I might actually wind this up today or tomorrow. I also keep thinking today is Friday. I woke up thinking today is Friday. Let's get like super cute and like film this video and blah 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 blah. I'm glad that I quickly realized it was Thursday because a lot of like Friday chats and things happened, so it would have really thrown me off today. Anyway, this is going to be, we're kind of in plans now. This is going to be my next hitchhiker, which is a pattern by Martina Ben. It's not free, but it's totally worth it. Okay, so we've already kind of made the jump into plans. I am going to pause here and kind of reset myself for a stitch with me, and we're gonna work on Thanksgiving. I think we're gonna work on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I should also be working on needle art if I'm gonna finish it, but we've still got a week left in April. Anyway, so okay, I'm gonna take a minute and get switched around, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so third time's going to be the charm, people. Actually, I think this is the fourth recording. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So there was a lot of snafus happening. I was going to work on Thanksgiving and it just was not working. So yeah, I don't know if it's the setup or what, but it was not working. So we are going to you're gonna watch or listen anyway. We're working on needle art instead, and that is a-okay. So let me, can you guys see that? I don't, no, yeah, y'all can't see that at all. Okay, good. So now let's actually talk about what we're supposed to talk about. I could never even get into talking about anything because stuff kept happening. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I'm moving, so pardon the earthquake. I'm moving the tripod. Okay, let's see if this works just a little bit better. I'm trying not to hit the tripod and cause earthquakes. But this thread is also super long, so. Anyway, this weekend, I just wanted to talk about some events that are happening in the stitchy world. Okay. Keep the stitching on camera. Did I split it? No. Okay. So, the first of the events that's starting is, okay, sorry, trying to find the camera, is 24 hours of cross stitch. They being Jen and Cindy and everyone else that's participating. Jen of Quirks and Stitches, here on FlossTube. But anyway, so it starts on Friday. It's this weekend, April the 24th through the 26th. Sorry for the garbage noises. The window is still open. So yeah, that's happening this weekend. There's not really a theme. I mean, you know, the same theme that there always is if you've participated before. And if you haven't, basically, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch is a group on Facebook. It's hashtag 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. I'll be sure to link it in the show notes. But basically, it's evolved a bit since the beginning, but basically now it's hosted over a whole weekend. Within the weekend, people aim to stitch 24 hours or whatever their goal is. It might not be 24 hours of stitching. And it doesn't have to be whoops. Okay. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? It doesn't have to be consecutive, like straight through 24 hours. There are plenty of people on Team Sleep, which I am. When I get tired, I go to bed. Like, it's not that big a deal. Start up again the next day. But yeah, so that will be this weekend. My goal will be to stitch 24 hours of stitching within 72 hours. So within the entire weekend, I would like to have 24 whole hours of stitching. Yeah, and that's, so my projects are being picked not off of 24 hours, but because of the I don't want to say the other event. It's kind of like the event, because of the way that I'm picking my projects. But anyway, so Saturday, April the 25th, is Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Hold on, pause. I need to count. I can't talk and count. Who knew? 1, 2, 3. Stitch on 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, if there are any dancers out there, I hope I didn't just like send you in some flashbacks. That's totally how I count, because I used to tap. And so when we had like in between beats, it's 1 and 2, and my favorites though were the 1 and a 2 and yeah, oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, how do we get, okay, this is not about tap. Okay, so anyway, Jessie Marie Does Stuff. I was also trying to wait for that garbage truck to go by, so again, sorry if that's super loud. But yeah, so Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Her birthday is Saturday, and it's her 32nd birthday. She'll be turning 32. But I love the play on words that she's kind of doing. I think she saw like a meme or something. I can't remember. But the play on words is it's her 32nd, as in like seconds out of a minute, birthday. So so she's calling it the shortest B-Day Sal, because it's only 30 seconds. Which I love, because I love puns. But anyway, so the theme for her birthday Sal, and I can't remember if it's all weekend or if it's basically just Saturday. But anyway, the theme is anything to do with time. Time related, sorry, you guys cannot see what I'm stitching at all. Time related projects. If it relates to time in any way, it's totally eligible. So I'm kind of back and forth between a few. I kind of want to work on, okay, so at first I thought I was going to start a new project. At first I thought I was going to start Quaker de Halloween from Jardin Privé, and just let that, you know, be like a new start for Jessie's birthday, whatever. Plus, how small is this? It's 100 by 100. So, I mean, honestly, it's about this. It's a little bit bigger than this one. So it would be a pretty quick stitch. It's mostly black and some white, so I wouldn't have to do a lot of colors or anything. and it has a clock. That's why it counts. There's a clock. So I'm thinking about this one, right? And I was just gonna let that be the one project. I'm still, now that I've like looked at it again, I kind of want to do that. Just go back to that idea. But I was also thinking I could work on Thanksgiving if I'm still kind of feeling that one. Because for me, Thanksgiving definitely marks the time of year because it's close to my birthday. Thanksgiving is my Christmas. So, yeah, it's definitely time related for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So, I'm kind of thinking about that, but definitely I'm going to be working on Change of Seasons by Mystic Stitch. Because Change of Seasons, like, it's showing you the progression of time through a whole year. So, you know, and seasons mark kind of times of year, based on hemispheres, but still. So, whoops, here we go again. Okay. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to work on Change of Seasons for sure. It's supposed to be my weekend kind of morning project anyway, and I have not touched it in 3 weekends, 4, maybe. Or is this, I think this is the 3rd weekend. So, I really need to work on it anyway. And then, whoops, not. Darn it. Okay. So, Change of Seasons will definitely be coming out. What was the other thing that I was... Darn it, there was another one. I had 3 projects that I was kind of like, okay, I could rotate between these 3. Now I don't remember what the other one was. Or maybe it was those 3. Quaker to Halloween. No. Thanksgiving. Ooh. Whoa. If y'all could hear my stomach growl just then. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I can't remember. But Change of Seasons will definitely be worked on. And unless I can remember what the other project actually was, I probably will just... Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's make this as simple as possible, right? I've been feeling a lot of stress from a lot of different things lately, and yeah, let's just keep this not stressful. So, okay, so Friday, because this is just 24 hours, Friday, I probably will just work on Change of Seasons until I get tired. And then maybe I'll change projects. Maybe once I get tired of Change of Seasons, I'll switch to Quaker to Halloween, and that'll be when I start. Who knows? Excuse me. Although I kind of, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of starting that one on Jessie's birthday, since I'm doing it for her birthday sal. I kind of want to, so we might actually wait until Saturday for that. In which case, Friday, when I get tired of Change of Seasons, I can work on Thanksgiving. And that Thanksgiving would be a good one to work on. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for this weekend. And then with all the stitching that I'm planning to do, if I happen to finish if I happen to finish Quaker to Halloween, I can just go back to Change of Seasons, because probably, I think that's I don't know, darn it, guys, what should I do? What should I do on Friday? I think that's what I need help with. I think that I'm going to wait until at least midnight on Jessie's birthday, like, you know, when it turns her birthday. I'm gonna wait until then to start it. And honestly, I'll probably be on Virtual Stitchers, so I'll just start it on there. Probably, yeah. I don't know if Virtual Stitchers is gonna be doing a live. I know they talked about it the last time I was on there, but yeah, I don't know if they'll be doing lives or not, so keep a lookout on that. It'll be on the Virtual Stitchers YouTube channel. But, yeah, whether they do that or not, I will totally be hanging out with them this weekend. So, okay, yeah, but anyway, back to my question. So maybe that'll be the topic for this little craft with me today, since I like kind of having questions for y'all to answer. Um, so that's gonna be today's topic. What should I do for Friday? Which is funny because who knows if y'all will. Friday is tomorrow. I kind of need to decide this like now. Anyway, it's just now like after 11. Whoa, wait. I can't read. I can't read my own clock. Okay, it's just now after 11:30 in the morning, so hopefully this one will be up with enough time for y'all to kind of see it. I don't know. Plus, I probably won't get tired of Change of Seasons until tomorrow afternoon, so I'll still have time to look at the comments and stuff. So if y'all happen to watch this before Friday afternoon, Friday evening, leave me a comment. What do you think? What should I work on if I like get tired of Change of Seasons Friday, which is totally possible to happen? What should? Whoops, sorry, earthquake. What should I work on after that? Because I think I'm gonna wait and start Quaker to Halloween on Saturday. 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wait and start Quaker to Halloween on Saturday on Jessie's actual birthday. And then I'm gonna work on it till it's finished. And then if I finish it before the end of the weekend, I will go back to Change of Seasons. That kind of makes me just want to like commit to Change of Seasons for all of Friday though, because I really need to put in. Sorry, I had to fix my thread. I really need to put in some good time on it. So, we'll see. Y'all leave me a comment. What should I do? Should I pick up like another time related piece, or what should I do? So confused. And I must say, mania planning is not helping that at all. Like I said, I'm not gonna, well, I think that was in a previous clip. I don't even know anymore. But I have kind of figured out what I'm doing for Mania. I've got 2 different plans, and I'm going back and forth. One plan is all the patterns are sitting over here stacked up. I know what fabric I'm using for all of them. Yeah, but then I got another idea in my head after watching some people's floss tubes, of course. So now I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do, or if I'm gonna mix the 2 ideas. I don't really know. So, yeah, we'll be talking more about Mania though. We'll talk about Mania next week. It's that time of year though. Everyone's putting out Mania videos and their plans, and oh gosh, no. Okay, never mind. Y'all couldn't see that. That's good. The pattern kind of fell. I'm sitting cross-legged and it fell like in between, and I was very concerned, but it's okay. You can't see anything. Okay. Gotta make sure I don't mess up this last petal here. So yeah, are y'all participating in either of the weekend events? In Jessie's birthday sal, or in 24 hours of cross stitch? And I mean, for Jessie's birthday sal, I'll try to remember to link her Instagram post. Yeah, and she has a public account, so even if you're not on Instagram, you can look at her account with her pictures and stuff. Yeah. Ooh, hiccups. Yeah, so I will leave a link to the post that she did about the shortest B-Day sal. I mean, it's supposed to be time related, but I'm just I feel like she said it in her post, but even if she didn't, I'm just gonna generally go out on a limb and say, even if you're like, hey, it's not time related, but happy birthday, Jessie, I'm stitching along, you know? Yeah, if you're stitching this weekend and whatever. Like, there are events happening is my point. Joining the community's doing some stuff, so, you know, hanging out with your peeps, seeing what other people are working on. Even if you're not participating, I'm sure that there will be lots of amazing projects coming out this weekend. Some new starts. I'm sure a few people are going to be starting things for Jessie's birthday and for 24 hours. And then Mania's right around the corner, so we're all talking about starts and gearing up for it. Wow, my stomach's really growling. Yeah, so that's that. Where am I at? 18 minutes? Okay. So the other thing that that I figured I would talk about is plans for the rest of April. What am I trying to get done? Because next week, I'm going to try next week to film on Wednesday. Yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, so plans the rest of April. Sorry, I'm ending a thread, and it's just easier not to do that under the camera. Can't find my scissors again, though. Did you guys see where I put my scissors? This is... Okay, found it. Or them, whatever. So, wow, where was... Plans, right, for the rest of April. I really would like to finish needle art, this one that I'm working on. It's super close to being done, so that would honestly just make a lot of sense. I'm gonna... my leg is not really close enough for you guys to like... Okay. That's better stuff to look at than just the floor. But yeah, so I would really like to finish needle art because it's super close to being done. I would really like to see if I could finish this page on Thanksgiving before the end of the month. But I don't know if I really want to put that as an actual goal, just because I mean, am I halfway the page? I would say, yeah, I'm like just under half a page. I think after I finish the next diagonal, we'll be there. So it's still a good bit of work left, is my point. I'm just not sure that I'm gonna be able to stick with it long enough, I guess. And then there's also, what was the other thing? I really sat and thought about all of this beforehand, and I feel like y'all can't tell. I'm also trying to put this floss back on the little card, so I'm a little preoccupied too. Yay. So if you were wondering, this a sunflower. I'm making it a sunflower. It is in Color and Cotton Sunflower. Yeah. So, Color and Cotton, which is what most of the flosses are, like I mentioned earlier. There's the whole thing. You can even see the variegation there. It's blowing it out, but still. Okay, let's just pause because my brain's a little off. So, this is kind of how I've got my fancy floss separated. I just did this the other day when I was going through everything for this. So, these are like my warm colors here. And cool colors in a bit of a smaller bag because there are less of those. So this, which is actually what I need now, this neutral, it's on this, oops, wrong one. It's on, oh my gosh. Okay, dropping everything now. Ow. Sorry, so many earthquakes. Anyway, this neutral, it has to be in there because this blue, it's on the same card. Whoa. Again, I hope you guys couldn't see that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and then that was the bag that I meant to show you. And then there's this little neutrals bag. There's not that much in there. Anyway, back to plans. I love coloring cotton. So, yeah. Possible page finish on Thanksgiving. No idea, like I said, if that's actually possible for me right now, but we'll see. I think it's a good challenge regardless. And then I feel like there was something else. Wow. I apparently should have actually written these things down. The plans that I had for the rest of the month. It seemed so like, yes, that's definitely what I want to do earlier. And I guess now I just don't remember. Sorry, I'm still, there's nothing happening on screen if you are looking. But I was getting the floss situation together here. Yeah. It's apparently garbage day. I guess I never really noticed that Thursday is garbage day. But apparently it is, so sorry about that. It was a little too stuffy, and I like having the window open, so sorry, not sorry. Okay. Let me just figure out where I am starting. Okay. So, yeah, plans for the rest of the month are kind of just finishing things. Oh, duh, how did I forget that? So my other WIP Go piece for the month that got pulled was Temperature Quilt, which is a pattern by Stitch and Mommy. And it's one of those patterns where you like keep up with the temperatures somehow for each day, or look it up or whatever, and you have certain colors assigned to different temperatures, so whatever temperature it was that day. And some people do only the highs, some people do the high and low temperature, just depends on what you want to do. But you have a color for like different temperature ranges, and then you stitch that color into the pattern. So there are a bunch of different ones. Stitch and Mommy herself has a few different ones on there that you can choose from. She's done flower gardens. She's done this temperature quilt, which is the quilt, which is what I'm doing. There's a tree this year, I think is the one that she did, and I'm honestly kind of jealous of that one. Last year was balloons. I think Jessie Marie is doing that one. But yeah, I kind of want to do the tree one this year with all the tiny little leaves. It's so cute. And I looked a little closer. There's someone, I can't remember who right now, but there's someone on Instagram who is stitching that pattern. And every time I see her updates, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. Oh no, did my floss already break? I'm going to be so upset. But I think it did. Damn it. Seriously? Okay. Mother. Okay. Darn it. I literally just joined this thread in, and I did not even get a whole stitch done before the floss broke. Okay, I'm gonna pause and figure this out, and then I'll be right back. Okay. That was interesting to say the least. So, I just completely abandoned that thread. We're just going to start with a new one now. Anyway, I think I was talking about Temperature Quilt. Got so sidetracked there. Yeah, so I still have not touched it this month, and it was the other piece, Cardinal Points and Temperature Quilt were the two WIP Go pieces that got called for me this month, after I switched Cardinal Points, of course. So, yeah, I really still want to pull that back out and work on it. The goal for this month was to finish the days for February and start in hopefully, well, okay, the goal for this month was to finish February and then start and finish both March and April. Um, on the quilt, each of the little like blocks is only like, I don't know, it's like 30 stitches or something. It's not even that much. Um, so they go by really, really quickly. The only thing with that one is that it's kind of a lot of color changes if the temperatures were all over the place, but I don't really remember what temperatures last year were like. So, yeah, I do have a spreadsheet where I was keeping up with a lot of them for a while, and then when I kind of stopped working on it and stuff, I did still keep up with what city I was in on certain days, because the way that I'm doing my temperature quilts, or my temperature pattern, and this is based off of 2019 temperatures, but I'm doing it based off of what city I was in for the majority of that day, but you know, like if you're traveling or something, like for the majority of that day. So yeah, there are Tennessee cities up there from going home. There are oh no, okay, hold on. Okay, I think that's fine. There are vacation spots from trips we took last year, so yeah. Which I really love. I think I just liked the idea of representing the temperatures that you actually put up with for that year. Like, I wasn't just in Tuscaloosa all year. I went to other places, so I think that'll be really fun. Yeah, but anyway, I need to pull that back out because I haven't been working on it at all, and I definitely would like to actually finish something for WIPGO, and like reach one of my goals one of these months. Would be really nice. So I think that's what I'm gonna aim for. That might even be like the biggest goal for the rest of April. So okay, where everything's like kind of in threes. So speaking of WIPGO, I'd still never my goal for cardinal points for the month was to finish pages 2 and 3, for the top half, and technically haven't even done that because I still have a little bit of page 3 left. So my goals might actually be to finish this and then pull out cardinal points and finish that. Or maybe I'll just, I don't know, maybe I'll focus on finishing cardinal points and then just switch over to temperature quilt. I don't know, y'all. I guess the finish is a finish is a finish. So, like, if I finish this one during April, I guess it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, at the same time, it doesn't really matter if I finish it during May. But I guess since I don't really know what Mania is going to have in store for me, I don't know. I'm going to stop thinking about it. We're just going with it right now. All my days are blending together. I'm like 150 videos behind on FlossTube. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm just stitching to keep myself happy right now. That's really where we're at. So I'm sure a few of y'all can relate. At least a few of y'all, right? But yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for this little stitch with me. We're at 30 minutes now, so that's pretty good. So yeah, remember to oh, sorry, okay, I had to look at something that's happening later. Yeah, so remember 24 hours of cross stitch happening this weekend. I don't remember if I said it in this clip or not, but Jen and Cindy, her mom, they have already put up the video that they always kind of do, the intro video for 24 hours. They did put that up yesterday. So, yeah. So there's that if you haven't watched it and want to. That's happening this weekend, and Jessie Marie's birthday sale, which I'm super stoked about, is happening Saturday. So yeah, a few events this weekend to keep us all occupied. And then a week, less than a week, because May starts on Friday. And then we'll be in the Mania Madness. So, alright. This is where we got to today. Really not that much. But whatever. I finished off the pedals and we have started. So of course, as I'm like trying to finish, the thing's like, oh wait, this file's too big now, sorry. Anyway. So this is where we got to, and I'm probably gonna keep working on this as I get these, or this video uploaded. So thanks for hanging out. I hope y'all stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah, and I will catch y'all hopefully this weekend for another craft with me. Bye, y'all.